What's up, guys? On this 15-minute tool review, we're going to go over the Hynade HYC550DP. This is a 55 amp plasma cutter with Pilot arc. Let's go. All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to do a 15-minute tool review on the Hynade HYC550DP. This is a 110-220 plasma cutter. Should cut up to a 1/2 inch plate with not a problem. It's Pilot arc. It's got all the high frequency doodads and stuff. So let's just get into it. Let's cut some stuff. Let's try it on 110, then we'll try it on 220. Let's see what's in the box. Hynade is a company that is technically a subsidiary of another company that already builds absolutely sick plasma cutters. I'm not at liberty to tell you what brand it is, but they're blue. Giant box of parts, all kinds of thick foam. Only thing left in this box is the plasma cutter itself. Get out of here, box. We don't need you anymore. Wired off the rip, obviously, for 220 volt. It was protected well in the box. This is what we're looking like here. She's yellow. And she has a strangely similar display. In the box, you get instructions. You get the obligatory 63 miles of hose. You also get, you get an adapter for it. For a 1/4 inch thread by some type of push lock. So you got your push lock fitting that comes out of the back into your regulator. We'll show you that. All right, wow. Wow. Wait a second. This ground's about 10 feet. Probably 9.5 feet on the, this is considered a work clamp, guys. It's not a ground necessarily. It's technically a hot, but whatever. Gives you your adapter. That's great. Also get in the box, this is the regulator that you're going to permanently install on the back of this unit. So I'll do that off camera so we're not wasting time. It is a regulator and a separator all in one. We'll throw that together. And then you get the AG60P torch. This is a fairly standard torch. What I like about AG60Ps is that the consumables are super inexpensive. So you can go on Amazon and you can get a gigantic pack that would last you a lifetime for like 20 bucks. So let me set this regulator up and we'll get back at it. We're gonna cut some stuff. All right, guys, all assembled. So external regulator takes a 1/4 inch fitting so you can hook up whatever flavor quick connect your hose is. And then you're gonna use the push locks to get from the machine up here. Cooling fan on the back, switch on the back, obviously the cord's on the back. It's got corner protection on it. And I know we're gonna do this and I know you hate it. I'm taking it off because I need to show you guys the display. So we're gonna hook up the front so you got your work clamp. This is the lug for your pilot on your torch. This is the switch plug for your torch. And this is where you're gonna screw in your torch. And this is where the air is going to come out. A little 2-stroke haze in the garage. Had to fire the sled up. Someone's coming to get it. The guy that gave it to me for free, I fixed it, made a video. We're just going to give it back to the guy. He misses the sled and didn't really cost me much. So, do nice things for people that do nice things for you. Anyway, so here's the HYC550DP. If the layout looks familiar, it probably is because it is. The gauge on the back is in, I think it's millibar and in PSI. So these guys know you got to put it in freedom units for the people in the US. They did that. So let's fire it up. Let's see what she looks like. Very crisp. All right. So what do we got? We got about 59 PSI. I love the fact that it reads out on the front for that. It has a cut mode. What's the other mode? Oh, air. So you can test your air flow. Because, guys, when you do this, you always want to test what your flow pressure is, not just your static pressure. So we're about 50. 2T means if you pull the trigger, you're cutting, you let off, you stop. 4T means you hit it once, it starts to cut. When you're done, you pull it again, so you don't have to hold the trigger down. I don't know what these do. Oh, PT. This is your torch, pilot torch on setting. So it's going to tell you how many seconds. And then your PA, which is your air, 5 seconds. And then it's a very simple adjustment from here. Now, this thing is hooked up to 120 volts, so that is going to regulate you to 35 amps. If you have this on an extension cord, make sure it is a very fat extension cord. Pretty simple. That's all the features. Now, at 120 volts, guys, don't expect to cut 1/2-inch plate. That's silly and unrealistic. And even going through quarter, if a 120 machine can get through 1/4-inch steel, you're doing fabulous. I've said that in all our plasma cutter videos. We test a lot of plasma cutters, and that's pretty much the standard. 1/4-inch on the 120, 1/2-inch on the 220 at 55. Larger machines obviously have a larger capacity. So let's start off with some sheet metal. We'll work our way up to the 1/4, and then we're going to hit the big dog on the 220. Let's go. If you guys are like me, do a lot of 18 gauge, do a lot of sheet metal on cars, Pilot arc is important to burn through corrosion and paint. So let's start off with some 18 gauge, and we're going to move up from there. We're going to do 18 gauge, we're going to go 3/16, then we're going to go 1/4, then we're going to go for the big dog. All right, we're set on 25 amps. This hose is very rigid probably because it's like 20-something degrees in here. But guys, this is what you're looking for. Fan on demand, fan just fired up. So we're just gonna zip it across, freehand. Maybe we'll just draw a little bit. We'll just go a little bit with it. See how she goes. Here we go. 18 gauge. Easy. If you guys work with decorative metal, I mean, that was literally just like drawing. And if you got steady hands, unlike my carpal tunnel madness, you're probably going to be pretty good at this. Let's go 3/16. This is 3/16 strap. We're going to throw this thing up a little bit higher on amps. Let's go up to, say, 30 amps. We should have 50 pounds of pressure, should be enough. And let's see how she does. Now, guys, as you go up, you guys got to move slower, okay? Like nothing. Absolutely like nothing. Let me just tap the slag on the bottom. Actually, let's do this part because it's nice and hot and I can burn myself. So we're just going to tap the slag off. Alright guys, that is 3/16. No slag at all. Once you just tap, you bump it off with the hammer. Let's go to 1/4. Like I said, if you can do 1/4 with 110, the machine's stout. So we're gonna turn it up to plaid. 35 is the max you're gonna get on 120. You don't want the machines that you can go up past that because a standard US circuit, 20 amps, you're gonna pop your breaker. Or if you're using a really long extension cord, pay attention to that kind of thing. All right, guys, we moved up to 1/4 inch. Just a piece of scrap we have. Now, like I said, the fatter you go, the slower you gotta go. Here we go. Fell right off. Let's tap this slag off real time for you guys and we'll see how she did. Can you guys see that? Watch. Literally nothing left. Nothing at all. That's pretty good, guys. We are plugged into 220 volt. If you guys need an extension cord for your 220 stuff, get an RV plug-in cord. You can get those pretty large diameter and lengthy. You're better off with something like that. I'll put a link in the description if you want one from Amazon, because that's what I use. So at this point, we're 220 volts. Going to tell you right here because it's voltage sensing. We're still on cut. We may need a little bit more air, but let's see if we can max her. 55 amps. Now, guys, I'm just going to throw this out there. This machine should cut like 3/4 inch at 55 amps, but it'll sever cut. That's a lot. I mean, a lot. So the average guy, you're never going to be using that much capacity, so you don't have to beat the machine up. So anyway, here we are. If we want to increase our pressure, we just turn our regulator up in the back, and it says, hey, it's too much. But if you go on air, about 60, we should be fine with 60. Now, we're going 1/2 inch. I mean, that's, you know, that's this. Ugh. This is my test chunk, because metal's expensive, guys. Now, if you see here, this has scale and rust on it. The advantage of the Pilot Arc is that you don't have to try to get through connection-wise. It'll burn a little spot, and then off you go. Pilot Arc on machines is useful, and depending on what you're doing, it might be needed. So I'm going to clamp this thing down, and we're going to just get at it, and I'm going to tell you. Then we're going to wrap it up. This will be a quick one. Like I said, this thing's been used and abused, this piece of metal, but she's my test one. So let's just try to snip off a square right here, and that's going to put this thing to the test. Like I said, AG60 torch is the larger torch available. You know, the other torch would be a PT31, so they give you the bigger torch, and it's Pilot Arc. She's ready to go. All right, boys, here we go. Let's see how she does. I'm going to show you guys real time, and we'll see how it is. Look at the cut quality. Even with shaky hands, no fence. Look at how clean this is. Look at how clean it is on both sides. Does what it says. Let's wrap it up. All right, guys, that's the Hynade HYC550DP. So what does this thing cost? $259 on Amazon, but right now, today, there was a $100 off coupon, so I will try to get this video edited and uploaded today for you guys if you want this. It would only be $159. 55 amps, Pilot Arc for 159 bucks. I don't know how you can go wrong with it. So, external regulator, switches on the back, fans on the back, 2T, 4T capability, gives you an air check, gives you digital display of your air pressure on the front, the gauges and freedom units. I know you guys like that. Comes with all the fittings you need. Even comes with a little quick connect for your air hose, which I just found in the bag. You get the AG60P torch, which is the Pilot Arc torch. Color matching yellow if that's important to you. AG60 consumables are super inexpensive, and like I said, you can buy a giant box of them and they cost you nothing and it'll last you the rest of your life. Long whip, long ground clamp cable, everything you need for 259 bucks, or if you act now on Amazon, it's $100 off. Now, Amazon coupons come and go, guys. I know if you watch this video 3 months from now, it may not be there, but even at $259, this machine is stout, and this machine is made by a big brand company. I'm not at liberty to tell you who, but their displays look the same, so maybe you could kind of infer from there. But she's a good unit. It did everything it was asked to do, and it did it easily. The 1/2 inch, I mean, like nothing. So if you guys want to jump on one of these, I'll have the link in the description. I'll also throw in the description a consumable pack for it and a couple other things. And, I mean, you guys watch me do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.